the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? Don't let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, you are too arrogant. If you don't change your ways, I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God.
Welcome again to Street Talk. My name is Ahmad Shakaraka, and on Street Talk we deal with political, social, and economics here in Michigan, the U.S., and abroad. Now, joining me tonight,
Charles Thomas.
Badgett Maynard.
Tonight we got lots to cover, but I just want to get back to a little thing that we talk about once in a while, and the thing is that from New York to San Francisco, Denver to Seattle, and I've been all over these places, and for the last 20 years, maybe 21 or 22 years, we hear the word nigger. And the people who are saying it are black people who are using the word nigger. They don't know anything about the word, and the word is that in the 1600s, the whites were trying to figure out a word to really just dominate, discriminate, and all them things on blacks, you know.
Yeah.
So they come up with nigger. Now, while our mothers, fathers, grandfathers, great uncles, and all of these great aunties and all these people were being raped, killed, injured, all these other things, sold, all these other things, and the whites was calling them niggers. And now we got blacks running around here, oh nigger. I mean, it's just the silliest thing I've ever heard of, and the craziest thing I've ever heard of. I mean, you out here calling each other nigger, and see, the thing is that I've noticed this from when I was little. It's like if you wanna watching TV, watching different stuff on TV, if you wanna really get a crowd riled up and laughing and going on, all they have to do is holler nigger.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all the other races sit back and look at us and shake their head. Wow. Calling each other nigger. No other race of people call themselves
put down each other.
Put down each other, but us.
Yeah. But if you look at the seriousness of it, it was a psychological, epic, painful situation that our people went through.
Mm-hmm.
And this new millennium group that's coming up now, as a people, we dropped the ball. We did not carry tell them the story of how it happened, because we continued to act like that.
Okay.
And the thing to upsets me the most is our men are not being men to their children. And we're not discussing, we're still playing the psychological game or the damage that was done to us as a people. We're still playing it against one another in our communities.
Okay.
So we haven't embraced a program to get us out of that, or the explanation to our children of the damage that happened to us as a people during that time period.
Okay.
It's still a painful thing to a lot of us.
Okay, I go along with that. That's true. But the thing that I can't gather is that of all of the different names and all of these other things that we can call each other, we go back to the thing that the white man, when he was raping our great ancestors and everything, killing our men's and everything, beating our women to death because he wouldn't have sex with them. All of this, instead of calling them niggers, and right now, blacks out here hollering nigger. I mean, that's something I don't get.
Yeah.
I mean, can you, Patrick? Can you anyway make some kind of sense out of this, man?
You might recall recently Dennis took some time to go through the history of it and the meaning of it. And the problem, I think, is that we have not been exposed sufficiently to the true meaning of the word, number one. And number two, because of that, we have not been able to pass it on because we didn't know. And now that we have a sense of what it is, we need to, it is imperative upon us to pass this information on with the hope that it will settle on somebody's head, in somebody's brain, that they now will respect and understand that when we go back to the origin, it was a respectful word. It was, you cherish this person. This person meant so much to you. She's my queen.
Yeah,
Right.
but see, I come at it the other way. If all our people had a dictionary in their head, then we would be great. Every time they open their eyes, they would see a dictionary to tell them. But the thing is that for me, when my great ancestor was being raped, killed, brutalized, and all that, and being called nigger, hey, ain't nothing nothing anybody can say that soothes that for me. It's like what you're saying is true. What you're saying is true. But the thing is that it don't register with me because we look at blacks out here now. Oh, nigga. Oh, it's like, I mean, all these other names you can call somebody, and here you go back to this one.
Yeah. Well, you got to look at it. I look at it also this way. Until we stopped acting like that, until we find a purpose to come out from under that stereotype that was branded on us. I remember the program that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad started, Do For Yourself. Mm-hmm. It was a beautiful program, mm-hmm. but black people didn't want to do for self, and we still don't want to do for ourselves. Mm-hmm. You have to pick yourself up and move yourself out of that condition mm-hmm. by working together, loving one another, respecting one another. Until that happens, you're going to be branded and stereotyped with that label.
I have a question for you guys. When the white man uses the term nigger, what does he mean by it? Does he understand the meaning that we now know? And when our black people call each other nigger, do they understand what they're saying and what the real meaning?
No, I don't think they do because
They don't.
They don't know. They haven't been in our shoes. They know that it's a button that they can push that would irritate you, but they haven't lived the life of a black person. You know, that's my spin on it.
Okay.
So then,
for me,
if we want to change something, Ahmad, I think we have to understand exactly what the white man means when he calls you nigger.
mm-hmm.
And if we don't know what it means,
But
from his perspective, it's going to be hard to say that it's this or that or the other.
yeah, but
Just today, just this afternoon coming here, I was listening to a program and this guy was talking about a musician. This musician was being interviewed. He was the only black in the band from some years back.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up sitting at a table with this guy. A white guy came to him, said, well, we really like him. He said, blah, blah, blah. It turned out, as the conversation went on, this man, the white man, was a member of the KKK.
Okay.
And he said to the black guy, this is the first time I'm having a drink with a black person.
Mm-hmm.
And the black guy kind of said back, well, same here then, you know? It's a first for me, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then, throughout the conversation, he asked him a question and the white guy didn't want to answer it. So he said, tell me, answer. He didn't want to. Well, why is it that you never did this before? And some of his buddies nearby were telling him, tell him. Eventually he told him he was a member of the KKK. He spent time talking with these people. Now, hear this. KKK, nobody wants to go. You're a black man, you ain't gonna want anything around them. But here's this black guy sitting with KKK people, talking to them, and ultimately, some 20, 25 people left the KKK, literally brought their robe and hood and gave it to this black man. Okay? He educated them. And we have got to do some of that, even with talking to the white people and let them understand what this word means, the origin of it, and the high regard you hold somebody in. They look at it as when they use it, they look at it to put you down. But they don't know that they're really elevating you. So you got to teach them that.
Well, but see, if we was in a place where only we knew where the word, what the word mean, all these things, but we not in there. We make up about 42 million of this country, okay? Blacks do. Now, if there's 42 million that we knew what the word, knew where the word come from, all these things, and know what it means, but hey, man, look at all those people out there who are not black. Look at all of them, and you know what they say to themselves when they see a black person. Look at that nigger. You see what I'm saying?
How do you know they say it to themselves?
You see what I'm saying? I'm saying that anywhere you go, you're gonna be black, and in their mind, you're a nigger. So we can dress it up and do all them things and say how important it was and all this. But see, I'm trying to get the point is that we got people out here who don't know anything, but from New York to San Francisco, from Denver to Seattle, how to nigger, and don't know anything about it.
That is why we have to educate. We have to educate. And the whole point is, these people, let's say out of ignorance, were calling you nigger. Because they They coined this word in their mind thinking one thing, but you now know what it really means. Don't go yet. You know what it really means. Until and unless he is educated as to the true meaning of this word, he will always see it as negative. Because we look at coming from the white man who oppressed us, our people, and I think that's where you're coming from, Ahmad, all these things that they did to them. We can't change what happened back then.
And we can't change.
But we can attempt to, through education, change the mindset of the people today and have them to understand the real meaning of the word and how they are not really putting us down. They really are elevating us.
Well, see, the thing is that no matter how we educate each other, that's not going to change their mind of what they see, And we've talked about this. You can be in any country you want to, but when they see a black person walking, the first thing come to their mind is, oh, look at that nigger.
Okay, hear this then.
No.
Hear this. You're a Muslim. I'm Christian. If I walk down there, I see you, I know you're a Muslim. Am I going to put you down because you're a Muslim? Should you put me down because I'm Christian?
No.
No, look how long you and I been working together. Has it ever been a conflict between us because of our religion?
No.
No, because we took time to understand and appreciate each other. I can't tell you you're sick because you're a Muslim. Now, you're a Muslim, you believe in that, and that is good for you until you understand something different. I'm Christian, and until you can show me differently, that's what I'm going to be. We got to show these people that what they're saying and the way they're using the term as derogatory, it's wrong. The real thing is uplifting.
But Patrick, when we got our own people, that's the thing. We got
it's still because of their ignorance, and we have to educate.
But
don't leave that out. Education is the key for so many things.
Yeah, but if you get education and you don't apply it, I think the issue is this: we know the situation, the stereotype that they put upon us. But until white people don't dislike you because of the color of your skin, they dislike us because we are dysfunctional. We don't have economics. Everything that we got, we get an education, and then we give the education to them. We don't have education enough, or think enough of ourselves to go out and build our community up. But yet and still, we don't mind begging or going to them for everything. But if a black man open up a store, he ain't gonna make it because we gotta support him and we won't support us. This is a psychological effect of that process called nigger. And we treat each other wrongfully and painfully.
Okay.
Because we feel that we don't deserve, or I don't want you to have more than me. That's selfishness. So we got to break that selfishness to become a better people. And once you become a better people, that word won't bother you no more.
Question. You said we don't have an economy. We don't do for ourselves. We like to go to. How do you propose that we correct this?
By establishing an economical community, by having your own political party, by supporting black businesses, by buying property or corporations, putting your children graduate from high school into a business that you have established with your funds, and stop borrowing money from other communities. The money that we spend buying Cadillacs, diamonds, wigs, makeup, and if you can just channel that correctly and economically like other cultures do, and stop worrying about how I look You know, get rid of that ego thing that we have as a people, and trying to be big when we poor. Want to ride around in a big BMW, or biggest Mercedes, you know, $400 suit, tailor-made suit, when we can sacrifice for the purpose of developing a community and not stop depending on white man for food, clothing, and shelter.
Charles, how are you going to do all of this? What is it going to take to accomplish this?
It's going to take unity, love, respect, trust.
How are you going to get that?
You have to plant the seed in the people's head.
Plant the seed? What seed?
The seed of love, the seed of trust, the seed of commitment, purpose, understanding.
Hang on. So when you plant these seeds, you are educating them.
Right.
So it goes back to what I said earlier. We have to educate the people. So when you take all these segments that you just put out, you still have to come to educate them. You could know all that it takes to do it.
Yeah.
But until you educate the people about it, you're not going to get any place. It got to come down to educating the populace.
Yeah. And at first, it starts with us. You got to educate yourself that you love yourself. You got to love yourself strong enough so that you can be a part of the plan. You know, the things that was given to us during slavery were not to benefit us, it was to benefit somebody else. For example, the black churches are still teaching, you know, that King James Version is the right version, and then they're teaching you that a white man is God. And when you're teaching children at an early age, and they figure, and when they grow up, they realize that God ain't white, you know, and they come to this understanding, and then they don't even participate in the churches anymore. The churches are the biggest problem in our community. From my perspective. You want me to tell you
my perspective on that about the teaching?
Yeah.
Even if they're saying God is white, what is really his color? Could anybody tell you what color God is?
It don't matter, but in the Bible it said, the biggest thing in the Bible says, don't let nobody dominate you. And there's only one covenant, and there's many religions. So why, and Moses talked about a covenant, Abraham talked about a covenant, Adam was given a covenant, so why are these black preachers talking about religion? The protection is under the covenant. But every Sunday, there's more churches than gas stations in Lansing, and in any city that you go in the black community, there's always more churches, and there's always more crime, there's always more ignorance, there's always more drugs, prostitution, everything. No family structure's gone because these idiots are talking about religion instead of talking about obedience, faith, love, unity.
Should I conclude then from what you said that the churches are not doing what they should be doing?
No, they're doing what the white people want us to do. Keep us divided. Keep us hoping for them to help us instead of us helping ourselves.
So, have you ever spoken to any of the black preachers in the community about this and show them something different?
Yeah. But the problem is, because it's not in the Bible, they don't want to talk about it.
Because what is not in the Bible? You just
truth.
tried it.
Because the truth is not in the Bible.
Huh?
The truth is, to them, they rather depend on somebody else.
So then they have an alternative truth then.
Right.
Because we know, those of us who believe in the Bible, we hold the Bible as the Word of God. Yeah. Now I know for you, it's going to be the Quran. Yeah. That's your scripture.
But if you don't act on it...
But do you know that a lot of the Quran is from the Bible?
Well, yeah, all of them is. All of them got Abraham in it. They got Noah in it. But they don't understand it because they teaching it from a white perspective.
Yep. You know.
Yeah, go ahead, Ahmad.
How many?
That's where Nigger come from, man.
Yeah. How many minutes we got? We got four minutes.
Let's talk about Nate Turner.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we just so far from what Charles was saying. We just so far from that now until we lost. you know. And as Dennis said, well, we argue about this, you know, well, we 7,500 years. To me, I say we 200 and some years away from where we supposed to be, because to me, yeah, we were slaves, but that was only a tip of our history, you know. Those 400 years was a tip of our history, but
It happened.
It happened. So 400 years, and look where we're at now. We still 100 and some years behind.
Yeah, but we're still using that as an excuse to move forward.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that's holding us back as a people.
Yep.
We dwelling on the past.
Mm-hmm.
We ought to cherish the moment and use it to move forward.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you all the time.
Yeah.
We got to move on. We can't sit back and say, this happened to my great-grandfather, my great-great-grandmother, and therefore I can't stand hearing this or see anybody, listen to anybody saying it. We are getting stuck sometimes in these things. Yeah. And unless we move forward and carry others along with us, we're not going to accomplish anything.
And with this president, this is the longest America's been without a president. And when this idiot gets up there and talk about racial issues, and go back to your own country and call people sons of bitches, and, and he's stirring a racial thing, that makes you go back to that issue of slavery. But you can't let people push you back in that corner. You got to come out of that darkness.
Right, and the thing is that for us, we've always been people who was out here. All these other races was trying to pull us down, but we studied, made progress.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, we've lost all of that energy or whatever it is. And the other thing is that we got these people out here. Some of them dumber than dumb, still out here hollering nigger. You know, that's what kills me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I think this is my perspective. Man was created for one purpose, to serve an agreement. When that man broke that agreement, he became less than a man. That's what one man means. You got man, but when he breaks the covenant, he becomes less than his created self. So that's where we are as men. A man will produce for his own. And we as black men, we are not producing for our own. We got to go down the store to Mr. Johnny's.
Mm-hmm.
Because at one time we had everything that we needed. And then Mr. Johnny took it because his ice was colder.
Mm-hmm.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
Don't let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, you are too arrogant. If you don't change your ways, I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God.
heart.